How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Milo Yiannopoulos and internet censorship. Now, you guys should pretty much know who Milo is, and if you don't know, he is a quote-unquote right-wing troll, a provocateur, somebody that has a lot of shock value and is very popular online. He is also a guy that's called Nazi, white supremacist, all kind of things by the left who really don't like him. And it's hard for me to really take them seriously because this guy is Jewish, number one, so the whole white supremacist Nazi thing doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. He's also gay and married to a black man, so the whole racist thing and anti-LGBT, I'm not really sure how those things make sense either. He has come out on this platform called Telegram. It's like a Twitter alternative, and said that he cannot really support himself this way. He can't keep talking to the same 1,000 people over and over and expect to be able to make a living off of that. Now, this is what I've said a lot over the past couple of years. This whole idea of, people that are on the right being censored by those on the left who operate these big social media platforms is an issue. But going to the alternatives to those platforms is not a real solution. You may be able to have a platform over there and talk to them in kind of a exclusive way, but that can't be the only way you reach out to the masses. When Donald Trump comes out and says a thing on Twitter, the whole world stands up and take notice. Everybody knows what he says, okay? Now, of course, it is Trump, so wherever he goes and whatever he says is going to be seen by everybody. But it'll be seen in real time on Twitter because everybody's over there. Now, an argument could be made that Trump could go and start his own social media platform, but it would be harder to get both sides of the quote-unquote aisle over to that new place. And it'd be hard to get everybody in general, just regular everyday normies, to go over there regardless of your political affiliation, because people naturally gravitate toward certain social media platforms, okay? Twitter at one point in time was just just like anywhere else, just like Gab, just like Telegram, just like anything. And it just kind of grew overnight because of a lot of circumstances that happened. MySpace was dying out. That was becoming a relic. Facebook was still kind of in this little phase where it was still trying to be college, and then it came open to everybody. So Twitter was right place, right time, right generation. They recognized it from the old AOL Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, even back in the AOL chat room days. They recognized it from that. So it was a natural thing to just happen. Right place, right time, right technology, right kind of website, something new, something fresh. It made sense. So it kind of organically grew from there. And here we are today with Twitter being a very big platform, the same as Facebook, Google itself, and Instagram, which is also Facebook. Milo had been banned from all the aforementioned places. I think he's been banned officially from Twitter, of course, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I mean, I know that it's at least Twitter, but probably Facebook as well, and I would assume YouTube. A lot of these big social media platforms that are based over in Silicon Valley, and we'll get to that in a moment, pretty much do things all at once. So what they did with Alex Jones. Okay, he was banned from one, and then like in one day he was banned from all. That's kind of how it works. Now, this is kind of a sticky situation because I understand Milo wants to be able to go back on those platforms and make a living for himself, because he cannot just talk to a small amount of people on those platforms where it's not a large audience. And you don't want an echo chamber for a couple of reasons. The first reason is you're not able to convince those that aren't already where you want them to be or where you think that they should be to come to your particular side. Like, I want to talk to everybody out there in the world, and I want to be able to be on the biggest platform to be able to do it, which in my humble opinion is YouTube, also Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, which is also Facebook. That's where you're going to have the most eyes on whatever you're doing and the most ability to be able to change minds, change hearts. And if you're making a living here, you got to be able to get the maximum amount of people to be able to sustain it, to be able to buy shirts, buy tickets to events you're going to be at, to be able to watch your videos, making money through ads, and to donate Patreon, PayPal, or whatever the case may be, Super Chat. You got to be able to have a maximum amount of eyes on your particular platform, and you can't reach that on the smaller platforms. But I digress. he wants to go back on those platforms to be able to do that. Same thing with Alex Jones, I would assume. But on the opposite side of that, those that are on the left that may work for the social media companies and the companies themselves, they don't want to have the advertisers boycott them. Because a prime example is PewDiePie. He has some racially insensitive jokes, and then here comes a hit piece from the mainstream media talking about PewDiePie as a Nazi, he's a white supremacist, that and the third. Then they said, well, look, his videos feature ads from X, Y, and Z company. I don't think X, Y, and Z company will like that. So that became a whole thing. It puts heat on those companies that have their ads potentially next to his. So they're like, okay, we don't want to be on this dude's videos because it's going to hurt us. We might not even know who that is. We might even like him. It doesn't even really matter. This is about money. So either you take us off of his videos or we're going to leave the platform altogether. That's how the adpocalypse happened. And that's why some videos get low monetized or demonetized. Meaning you're not going to have a lot of ads on there like Coca-Cola and others who may be concerned about your content, but some may buy into what you're doing. And they pretty much would categorize it. Let's say it's about abortion or about guns or something like that. Some companies may want to have their ads on your video, like gun companies, holster companies, etc. But these big companies that fuel most of the ads, they don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because it'd be bad for business. So the advertisers are boycotting if YouTube does not take their ads away from videos that could be harmful by the mainstream media standards, because the mainstream media will put out hit pieces and that'll make the companies lose money. And the purpose of an ad is for the company to gain money. So it doesn't make any sense for them to be losing money when they're paying to make money. You see what I'm saying? And YouTube has 88% of their revenue come from ads. So if the advertisers are leaving, that hurts not only the creator, it also hurts YouTube itself. YouTube makes $4 billion per year, but it takes $6 billion to operate. The only reason why they're able to keep on rocking is because they're owned by Alphabet, which is Google's parent company. Okay, so it's a lot of moving parts going on here. The biggest problem is the mainstream media. They put out hit pieces against us that are on the right or that kind of lean conservative. And then you have people that are in the advertising industry. They have to respond because regular normies are believing in the mainstream media and they're putting heat on the companies. That puts heat on YouTube. And now you get this whole big triangle, circle, square, whatever you want to call it, of discontent. The creators, YouTube itself, the advertisers, and regular normies that want to see their content on the right, on the left, or want to boycott content on the right or on the left. So it's difficult to really fix it. I think the solution would be what YouTube is doing, which is to selectively monetize certain things, and also to tighten up the mainstream media, you know, enforce some of these libel laws. You can't just call somebody a white supremacist with no evidence of that, because it hurts not only that individual, it also hurts other individuals that are aligned with them voluntarily or not. But that's pretty much all I got to say about it. And what say you? Do you think that Milo should be able to be back on the social media networks? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or should he not? Should he be banned from the social media networks? I'm right in the center. I think he should be able to be back, but he can't be back unless we fix the root of the problem, which is why he is gone in the first place. It's not necessarily the YouTubes and Googles. They have a part to play as far as their employees are concerned, but the bigger issue is the mainstream media. See, the mainstream media will attack us, and that leaves the door wide open for those that are on the left at YouTube to come against those that are on the right harder, because they have the excuse of, well, we got to do something because the ads are leaving. You see what I'm saying? So you have just a kind of a snowball going downhill with a lot of different effects, and it's hard to really tell where it's going to stop and who is going to hit, who is going to swallow up, who is going to injure. Stop the snowball from rolling downhill to begin with, and I think that we'll be able to have a better situation overall for everybody. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.